All right, hello and welcome along to Music Radio Creative Live. I'm Mike Russell.
And I'm Izabela Russell. Forgot to take my glasses off.
That's all right. Don't worry.
Woo!
We can just see the reflection in your eyes. It's brilliant to be here. I can't wait. We've got a very special live show for you today from the studios here on the Isle of Wight. Izabela, just tell us one great thing about this show today.
Oh, it's the best part of the week. Seriously. We have fun and we give free jingles. What could be more?
You bet.
What
so
could you
make
hope for?
sure. What more could you hope for? So make sure you stick around for this bumper Free Jingle Friday special. It's going to be so exciting. You can almost smell spring in the air as well. And we're going to get going now with a fantastic show. So shall we get into it? Shall we do it?
Yes, let's
get into this. All right, welcome along to the show, Music Radio Creative Live.
Right.
I'm Mike, and we've already done that.
We've already done that, and we're going to forgive you. So I can see, first off, there is a comment that tells us what we need to do. Simon Vegas is first time here, and he doesn't know how it works. So
cool. Well, if you're first of all, if you're new, type new in the chat now, so we know you're new, and then we can explain more. And while people are typing new, Izabela, explain how it all works.
Right. So Mike and I come here once a week, and what we do is simply record and produce free jingles. So what you need to do is post your script in the comments now. We have Dominic there manning the comments and copying all the scripts that come in. Nice. And then in exactly half an hour, 29 minutes to be exact, this is going to be the cutoff point for any new scripts to come in, and we are going to start recording and producing them. So a few things in here for you if you're watching for the first time. So first of all, you are going to
get your script.
You are going to be able to get yourself a free jingle. That's one. Two, you're going to be able to see how Mike produces them. So if you would like to learn a little bit more about audio production, this will be the show for you.
Yes, and it's done in very, very fast time. By the way, lots of news coming in. It's great to see when new people are watching the stream. Richard Anthony is watching from new. Topher is also in. We've got Maka who's new. We've got DJ Neiman as well. Lots and lots of news this week, which is fantastic. And
fantastic.
First super chat already from Louis Riviera.
Yes, and Louis, thank you so much for reminding me to actually say about super chats. If you would like to have your script definitely recorded and produced, the super chat is the way to go. So most of the scripts, because simply of the time constraint, we can just record and provide as a dry. But anyone who does decide to donate to the show via the super chat will also get it produced. So thank you, Louis, for your super chat. You are the first one in to get this. So top of the list.
Yeah, and by super chatting, you do support the show. It's kind of like we don't have a Patreon page at the moment. Although when I was back at VidCon in London, I heard a lot about Patreon for creators. But this is our kind of Patreon. We do a weekly kind of thing, and if you donate, you get something back straight away on the live stream.
That's exactly
get to see me produce it in Adobe Audition, and it'll be a lot of fun. I'm really excited.
Yes, it certainly will be a lot of fun, and you could be watching on Facebook. So hello to you if you are watching us on Facebook as well. There is no way to super chat on Facebook, so you will have to migrate to YouTube if that's the case.
Just to make the super chat.
Yes, that's right. And I will actually post a link on Facebook now if you wanted to move yourself over. That's
it. So remember, at 1:30 we get into doing the production. So we give you around 30 minutes to, relax, come into the stream, drop in your script or drop in your super chat, and then we get producing. Now, it's very exciting. A couple of things I would like to talk about that happened this week. First of all, on Wednesday, I don't know if many people here know about this, but I did a masterclass again online. I'm really loving these. I'm getting addicted to these because I love teaching, Izabela, as you probably know.
I know.
So I'm hoping to do more and more of these this year. But I did a masterclass on podcast production. It was totally different to the one I did back in February. And yeah, actually, it's just so much fun. So we had a lot of people joining in for that. Got a lot of pleasure out of that. And I mentioned on that was the first day of my 7-day water fast.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a 7-day water fast. I've told just a couple of people. I'm not telling too many people because most people say, you're nuts.
You are nuts.
I'm trying to avoid that kind of reaction because that doesn't help.
It doesn't. And I must say, I've started with you very bravely and I've went on for 36 hours.
Which was really good.
And then I thought I will die.
36 hours is long. 36 hours. You know, most people can't I can't even say that word. Intermittent fast.
Yeah.
That's the kind of trendy thing right now, isn't it? You're supposed to skip breakfast and shed the weight or whatever, or improve your health, whatever it is. I'm not a doctor. I've tried that. I can definitely do intermittent fasting. This is fun. So my experience so far has been, obviously, I quit quite appropriately on Shrove Tuesday. We call it over here, but you might know it as Fat Tuesday or Mardi Gras. It's the day, certainly here in the UK, where you get a ton of pancakes on your plate. So I finished up with a ton of pancakes Tuesday night and have not eaten since Tuesday night. And surprisingly, the first day was okay because I've done that kind of 24-hour fast before. Didn't have any problems. Yesterday was an absolute killer. Every time I got up from the seat or the sofa or whatever, I had this dizziness. It was terrible stuff. Been supplementing with a little bit of Himalayan salt, and now we're into day 3, and I think I'm in what's known as ketosis, and I feel fantastic. Apart from just a little, I know there's a little less energy there, so I probably shouldn't get on the treadmill, but I genuinely feel amazing, and I'm just curious as to how this is going to go. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not recommending this kind of fast. Do check with a medical professional before you do it. But yeah, this is how it's working for me. Nice.
You are brave, and I know, and you didn't actually ask even before the show, but I know that I will support you through the show. And so if Mike sort of has, some slips of the tongue, and he's seeming a little bit nutty today, this is exactly the reason why. He's water fasting. So yes.
There you go. Just to remind new arrivals coming in, especially if you're new to the show, welcome along. It's really great to have you here. This is Music Radio Creative Live. We generally do it every Friday at around this time. We come in, we talk about what's new at MRC. Sometimes, more and more, I want to get more into talking about just what we're up to in life.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So it's a lot of fun, and no, I really enjoy it. Actually, someone who often tunes into the live stream, and he's spoken at some of our events before, Phil Pallen, brilliant branding expert. Yeah. He said to me, Mike, you should just talk about your life more. And I think it's good advice, as long as you don't go over the top, right, Izabela?
That's exactly it. Yes, that's right.
So thank you, Phil.
Yes, thank you, Phil. And thank you for all the super chats. My goodness, they are just flooding in today. So
wow.
Thank you guys.
We're definitely going to get to all the super chats, so don't worry about that.
Yes.
So the way it works, if you are joining in, Free Jingle Friday, you drop in your script and you get it voiced by either Izabela or I, or you click the $ if you're watching on YouTube, you drop a super chat, and we'll not only voice your jingle, but we'll produce it during this live stream, making it available for you to download. And don't worry, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitch, wherever else, Periscope, you can drop over to YouTube quickly and just drop in that super chat if you like, and then go back to your preferred viewing platform.
Exactly. So yes, that's very good, and they will all be available at mrc.fm/fjf.
Yeah, I've already cleaned it up, so it's ready.
Good. Yep. So that's great, and also just so you know, please be respectful of our time in the sense that just post one script per Free Jingle Friday. So
one script per person.
That's right.
Kind of a rule.
We want to make sure that obviously we help as many people as we can. So we tend to stick to that anyway. So by posting more than one, effectively you get less of a choice as to which one will get done, because we will only record one of them. So yes, so think of your script. You've got the next 22 minutes to post it in the comments, either on Facebook or on YouTube, wherever you are watching. And please do share this live stream or Facebook live with your friends. If you think that you have friends who could do with a jingle, you can either tag them in comments on Facebook or simply share it. It would mean a world to Mike and I. Obviously, as I say, we want to help as many people as we can.
Indeed. The Wild Willie D is watching, by the way. Yay. Hello to you. Great to see you. Jeff is watching from Michigan in the USA as well. And let's hear where you're from, by the way. Always like to do this. Where in the world are you watching from? Drop it in the live chat right now. Izabela, while people are dropping in their city, their location, their country farm, wherever they are right now, you tell us what's new with you.
What's new with me?
Or either here at MRC or just in general.
What's new with me? Well, I had really grand plans for this week, but the Waterfast ruined them all. so in terms of what's new with me, not much is new with me because I've been, just fasting and trying to get my head around it. But in terms of MRC, we are now into the second week of March. Still, we have some voices at half the price. So every single month we feature some of our voices, and the general fee on the website will go to half the usual price. It's a fantastic way to try new voices that you haven't worked with before. That's one, and two, get yourself really a good bargain. So we provide the jingles at half the base price. So there is a base sort of starting price. So that's that's.
So right now we've got Greg, Jake, Jehan, MJ, and Stephen.
That's correct.
Stephen, fantastic Irish voiceover, by the way.
Yes.
Was that appropriate because Paddy's Day is coming up, St. Patrick's Day on the 17th? So go grab Stephen right now if you need any St. Patrick's Day voiceovers or jingles made. Half price, it's an absolute steal, and he's a great Irish voiceover.
Yes, he certainly is, and so are all the others obviously in there, but appropriately, as you say, for St. Patrick's Day
coming up,
very much Stephen is there to help. So this is one of the pieces of news. As you said, Mike, we've just closed the submissions to the podcast production course that was opened very briefly. It was the second opening, so the next opening of the courses that we will be doing will be in May now.
That's right. Do you want to say why we opened the podcast production course just for 24 hours on Tuesday?
We had to in the very last opening in February, we had to turn some people away simply because of the lack of spaces. So they filled out and sold out. And you very kindly offered some more time and said, okay, well, I can do another opening for that course. Just for a very brief amount of time, so anyone who really wants to be there will be there. So
podcasting is just getting bigger and bigger, and I have to say I'm really enjoying all the students that I work with on the online course. They get access to ask me questions as much as they want during the first 30 days of the course, and it's really fun because it challenges me. It makes me think of podcasting in a different way, and I'm really loving doing these courses.
And thank you to Dean, who's one of your students, who says, I highly recommend the podcast production course. Thank you very much, Dean.
Thank you, Dean.
Yeah, so I know Mike has worked very hard at creating those courses. So you get enjoying teaching people.
Yeah, you get the videos that take you through each step by step. You know, everything you need to know to produce a great sounding podcast. Also have the audio production course. That's kind of completely different to podcast production, and that's exciting because I do a mind dump of everything I've learned in radio imaging and radio production. Very different to podcast production. And then there's the live stream audio courses, and can't say anything yet, but later on this year there might be one or two other courses appearing.
I know you've got already some really good ideas there, so I'm excited to see what comes. But if you would like to stay on top of that with regards to the openings, simply head over to mrc.fm/learn. You will be able to see which courses are available. You won't be able to enroll now, but you will be able to put your name and email address, and if you do, you'll be the first person to know when those courses open. I would like to now perhaps do some shout outs, as we've asked where people are watching from, but
the location. I've just caught one. You can do the rest, but I've caught Mackay in Queensland, which is amazing. I've been to Mackay in Queensland in Australia. It's fantastic.
Nice.
Home of, one of the homes of the Great Barrier Reef. Such a wonderful place.
Nice. Well, I will cover Facebook watchers. How about that?
Okay.
We've got Vincent in Illinois. We've got Jihong from Philippines. We've got MC from South Africa. And we've got Yudhishthira from Indonesia. There is Michael from Indonesia as well. Steve from Caribbean Islands. There is William, of course, from Switzerland. There is Saeed from Pakistan. And that's I've kind of covered the Facebook there. But
Brilliant.
We also have plenty of you here on YouTube. And I'm trying to scroll back into the location.
And it's so fantastic, isn't it? It's brilliant, this new media enabling you to basically do a live stream around the world. We've got Krista in Sweden. We've got Joseph in Gainesville, Florida, USA. We've got Nadine Pradesh in India. David's watching just over the water from us in Southampton.
Nice.
We've got someone in the Vale of Glamorgan in Wales, the SC Energy Centre. Down under in Bris Vegas, we've got Doug. We've actually got quite a lot of Aussies watching. We've got drummer guy Hixie in Victoria, Australia.
I can see
Absolute Scottish is watching from the Scottish borders. Mark is watching from Portugal. We've got Ash in Bedlington, Northumberland. Really, really cool stuff. And a lot of others. Toronto, Canada, I can see in there. Gosport, Hampshire in the UK.
Portugal in the house.
Wow.
Yay! India.
All right,
we are truly international. And I'm still thinking of how to sort this map behind me. I do want to do something special where you could maybe send something through and we kind of have a visual map and, you know, some sort of representation as to where you are listening from. So
awesome. More chats coming in. We've got Fiscal in Raylan, Brazil. We've got Crates Hub from Ghana. We've got Dylan in Sydney, Australia. A lot of Australians watching, which is fantastic.
Nice. Well,
Linda
we're going
from
to be
USA.
in Australia at the end of this year. We look forward
Mentioned
to
it last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. So maybe that's why all the Aussies came in.
That's great. I really like Australia. Really fantastic country. Can't wait to be there.
Yay, that's wonderful. And Pop Unlimited Manchester and Bojan from Slovenia. I won't even try to pronounce the name of the city.
There you go. So we're 15 minutes into the live stream. In another 15 minutes, we're going to stop accepting free jingle submissions.
Yes.
You can just post a script anyway as a free jingle to get recorded as a voiceover. But how does it work, Izabela, if you want to get a jingle actually produced?
All right. So if you would like to have a jingle produced, Super Chat is the way. So this is the way for us to effectively bump you up the queue and produce the liner for you. So, and it doesn't matter how much you Super Chat. So all the donations are very welcome. We very much appreciate them. And yes, and then post all of your scripts. As I say, we keep recording them in here. We've got Dominic who's looking after the comments as they come in and trying to get as many of your scripts as possible. We try to record as many as we can each week.
We really do.
It gets harder and harder and harder each week because there is so much more of them coming in. And obviously there is just the two of us, so we can only do what we can. But we do our best and we have plenty of fun along the way.
That's what we've got going on. On the blog, by the way, at producer.musicradiocreative.com, I noticed, Izabela, you've been busy recently. You've actually written a blog post on how to optimize your podcast metadata.
I have.
Is this off the back, by the way, of Apple making those really interesting announcements at one moment saying, do not put episode numbers in your podcast titles, and then saying, actually you can, we're not going to remove you from the directory, but there are certain best practices, aren't there, all that kind of stuff. So is that kind of what inspired you to do this?
Yes, that's correct. And also the fact that some of our clients have been asking specifically to tag their MP3s using a software called ID3 Editor, which frankly I found very disheartening to use.
It's a bit clunky. Just use Adobe Audition.
Well, hang on, you say that.
Doesn't have everything you need?
It doesn't have everything you need. So I did a little bit of digging into this. And so with the ID3 Editor, so essentially along the, ever since, I don't know, the Winamp days. Do you remember Winamp? How did you say it?
It kicks the llama's ass, right?
Yeah, that's exactly the one. So I even remember it being at that time in Poland. But in those days, so the ID3 tags have actually changed over the years. So going back into the 90s, there was what they called ID3 V1, which was the first version of ID3 tags, and they had slightly different structure and a different way that the file would be read, I guess. And then they progressed into the V2, which is the standard now across all the platforms. But it is quite comprehensive compared to what Adobe Audition has on offer.
Okay.
Although, saying all of that, I'm still not sure what some of the parts are meant to do and how do they find a use in the sort of general world. So what I've actually tried to do, I've tried to fill in all the metadata inside ID3 Editor
post, and then
check on iTunes where it actually shows up. And in all honesty, I can't find. So I'm not sure whether this is, people trying to be over clever with all of this, or whether there is something I'm missing there. So
you're saying we probably don't even need to insert meta tags?
No, you do need to do that. But there are some of them, like there is link, for example, in the podcast tag in the ID3 Editor, you can insert the enable podcast tag, and as identifier, you would put a link. I couldn't find where that link would go. I just don't know where that goes. So anyway, if you have some clarity or knowledge about this, I would love to hear from you because this is a mystery I've been trying to solve for quite some time.
Somebody actually reached out to me recently, just this week, and said, Mike, I don't even know if I need to put meta tags in my podcast MP3 file because my host does it for me.
That's right. So some of the hosts do. So Libsyn is actually fantastic. When you upload to Libsyn, they give you really comprehensive ability to do the metadata there. So yes, if you are with somebody like Libsyn, I don't think you need to specifically worry about using that. But say if you are with somebody like Anchor, I think you do, because their metadata inside is quite basic, so you would have to have a little bit more. But then they are not trying to not to overwhelm. So when you go and try to upload the podcast to Libsyn, it looks hugely overwhelming. There are so many fields to fill in, but it is because it gives you so many options. Whereas when you go to Anchor, it's very basic, and it doesn't give you that option. But then it's free, so you kind of have to weigh it between the two.
There you go. Yeah. Very, very interesting indeed.
A note from Kevin Willett, which I don't know, maybe your student. I was able to edit a dry voiceover from Mike. It came out awesome.
Nice.
There you go.
Really, really good.
There you go.
And we're 10 minutes away from closing down submissions here and getting stuck into producing some voiceovers and just recording all the free scripts as well you've put in. We'll do those in a moment. Thank you very much. I can see new people are arriving to the stream all the time. So you might want to tell those new arrivals to the stream what they've got 9 minutes left to do if they want a free jingle today.
If you would like a free jingle today, make sure to post it on comments. If you are watching on Facebook, simply drop it as a Facebook comment on the live stream, or if you are watching on YouTube, simply drop us as a comment inside YouTube chat. We have Dominic manning the YouTube chat.
He's great.
He is brilliant, and I am manning the Facebook chat. So I'm multitasking. See, every woman can multitask.
That's good. Well, actually, you say that. So I've got a question for you in that case. If you, as you say, every woman can multitask, and it does seem to be like a common trend you hear about, and men can't do their thing. The one thing I can do is I can listen to a podcast and I can do other things around. So I asked a question on my Twitter just earlier this week, and I said, is it possible to listen to a podcast at the same time and read a blog post? So kind of do the listening and the reading at the same time. Right, that's what I was going to ask you about, Izabela, because a lot of people replied, but they were a lot of them were men. Pretty much all of them were men, and I just wondered if it's possible for you to do something like that.
No, I can't do it. It's because then I know I won't consume either one content or another. I mean,
oh, yeah, okay, yeah, but
that's kind of, and how can you really listen? You can't.
You can't really listen? Are you sure? Okay, cool. Because I mean, it's. So
are you telling me that all men can do it?
Here's the thread on
women
Twitter.
Can't?
I don't know. Here's the thread on Twitter. This is something I posted earlier this week, and T-Bone replied and said, only when reading the transcript of the podcast I'm listening to. Jennifer replied and said, just like no, but can clean the bathroom, cook, and do the ironing while listening to podcasts.
There you go, you see.
Oliver says, this hurts my head to think about. So yeah.
It kind of hurts my head to think
There you go.
about.
But one thing I will say is when I'm listening to a podcast, I can actually reply to emails. I can write text. I find that quite easy to do. What about you?
And no, I couldn't. A drummy guy, Hixie, says that he can speak on air at the same time as editing an audio grab for his next segment.
Oh,
that's
wow.
quite cool.
That's weird, isn't it? That's kind of crazy. But you have to multitask, particularly in radio. You have to kind of have everything going at the same time, don't you? So.
Well, that's it. Well, it's tough. And I mean, with any multitasking, can you really truly multitask? I mean, you kind of sacrifice something for sake of something, but I think it just depends what you are doing, right? And if you are doing something on automation, I mean, they say that even when you are driving a car, if you are not thinking about the road, then you are not driving properly.
Yeah. Well,
because then, in a way, it's like you are not paying attention. Did you ever drive and got home and didn't remember the road?
Yeah, it's a common thing. Yeah,
exactly. But that means it's like you were thinking of something else, and therefore you were not present there driving, which is obviously not good.
No, definitely not. No, pay attention to the road, and put your smart device down. Don't be watching any live streams or anything.
Well, no, but it's not just that. It's even thinking about things. Like. Just, hey, what am I going to make for dinner? Or is it going to be, spaghetti bolognese? Or maybe it should be fish and chips. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. 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 So we have just around 5 minutes left here to get your submissions in for Free Jingle Friday. I always like to give you a half hour because the stream is 1 hour in total. So we like to give you 30 minutes to get your scripts in, either through any chat wherever you're watching or via Super Chat on YouTube. And if you Super Chat, you not only donate and help the show and everything to grow, but you also get a jingle produced.
That's correct. Now, so in order to get those jingles, you will have to head over to mrc.fm/FJF at the end of the show. I say that because I can see a comment from Steve Huggins here on Facebook, who's giving his email address. We won't be emailing you, Steve. I'm sorry. You will have to head over to mrc.fm/FJF. This is where all of the freebies will be saved up for you to grab. Now, usually we will save Super Chats as individual files. Everything else that gets recorded will get recorded as one session file. So you will have to download that session file and find your jingle in there. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah. And generally, we keep a back catalogue of around 4 weeks worth of Free Jingle Fridays. And then, the stuff is erased forever.
That's nice. And thank you to Absolute Scottish, who says that, Izabela, I subscribe to your channel. Some good content in there I wanted to watch. Didn't know you had a channel.
Oh, Audio Unicorn. Tell us more about that. What have you been doing on there recently?
I'm still there. So yes, I'm actually, you've asked what I've been doing recently. I'm covering a lot of podcasting topics, podcasting related topics at the moment. My latest episode was about the optimization for the podcast, which kind of covers a little bit of what was in the blog. I've just like a variety of different things, like, you know, podcast segment ideas or how to choose the best podcast name. It's kind of, you know, audio related, but on an entirely different slant to what Mike does. That's
cool. And I noticed like some old ones I was just putting up on the screen there.
Thanks.
Particularly your voiceover.
I do some voiceover stuff there too.
Yeah, yes. they get a lot of views, those videos.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm kind of, you know, happily creating there in the background. I've just fallen into this nice routine since the start. You know, when did I start actually? I'm just trying to think. It was September time, wasn't it?
Yeah, late last year.
It was late last year, and I wanted to kind of explore more the audio side of things from I guess from a female perspective, and I wanted to see where that route takes me. And I've just fallen into this kind of really loving the podcast creation and everything that goes into that. I've found that very natural for me to cover, and the same with the voiceover stuff, because of the fact that I deal with voiceovers here at Music Radio Creative. I found that there is a lot of knowledge I can share that hopefully is helpful to others.
Really good. Excellent. Okay, so we're getting there. We got
3 minutes.
Just under 3 minutes now. When you've got 1 minute left, we'll play the Music Radio Creative theme.
That's it. I just wanted to say that, yes, so 3 more minutes to post the script. If you have just joined and you are like, what the heck is happening? I only have 3 minutes. If you are going to post your script, post it now inside either Facebook comment or YouTube comments section, and we are going to record it for you. If you would like it definitely produced, Super Chat is the way. And thank you for the Super Chats, by the way, that are coming in. We really, really appreciate those. You can only Super Chat inside YouTube, so yeah.
That's it. That's just how it works, isn't it? The YouTube Super Chat thing is really good, by the way. So,
yeah, I can see a comment from the Real Little Soldier saying, please make video about your preset kit. And thanks for all you guys who do. I think you have a ton of videos about your presets.
Yes.
I don't know if you wanted to perhaps bring up the details very quickly.
Yeah, even on my channel, if you just search on my channel on YouTube, if you just type in the search bar there, presets, you'll find all the tutorials about my presets. So that's the easiest way. Yeah. Really, really easy way to find everything you need.
Yes, that's right. So, but the presets are available at mrc.fm/presets. And actually, if you ever wanted to, and this is something that is going to be added as a feature to the website very soon, but if you ever wondered how those presets would sound with your voice and your particular setup, simply email us a short sample of your voice without any processing, and we will be happy to demonstrate how the presets work on your particular voice. So I know this has been very helpful to many people, and as I said, we are working out. Music is on, which means you've got less than a minute. Go, go, go.
Sorry, the jingle rudely interrupted you there, Izabela. What were you just saying? You can sample what my Adobe Audition presets sound like before you actually buy them if you drop us an email, and eventually it'll be a feature on the on the website, which is cool, isn't it?
Correct, yeah. So
all right. So you've got less than a minute now to super chat or submit your
and
script.
I can see all the super chats are coming at the last minute.
On Free Jingle Friday. Yes, that's right. You have 30 seconds left to get in that script before we start recording and producing here at Music Radio Creative. It's so exciting, Izabela.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, it's going to be a great show. I can see there's a lot of super chats there. There are a lot of free scripts to get through. So, I think we're just about out of time. Let's do it. Are you ready for this, Izabela?
I am more than ready. Born ready.
All right, awesome.
Dance right now, Microsoft, Microsoft.
No, I'm not going to be dancing.
I am ready to improve my audio skills.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
more like it, isn't it?
Nice.
All right, shall we get into Adobe Audition and
think
shall
we
let's get to
Let's get to record. Plenty
yeah.
for us to get
Let's
through.
get to-
Loads of super chats, guys. Thank you so much for those. And I
Yes.
can see that Dominic is trying to get all of those details in there, and so we are
Absolutely.
we are definitely getting there for sure.
So I'm just loading up a new multi-track session with my Adobe Audition presets, 2019-03-08. Today is the 8th of March. Here we go. In we are. And then I'm going to set this up to record from microphone 1. Let's check the signal. Yep, there we are. And check the signal on your mic, Izabela.
I'm here.
And
Signal's
I'm over
there.
here.
Yeah, are we good?
Good. Okay, cool. So the way we are going to do this is
Right.
we're going to, now that everything is locked in the script place, we're going to go through and do the
Hang on, I need to
super
make this
chats
bigger.
first. And
I think I'm going blind, by the way. I need to go like plus
Oh
on
my.
this.
crikey. Now what I'm going to do is, as we're using a spreadsheet to keep track of everything here, I'm actually going to go through and see if I can sort it. Let's see.
Oh, hang on a minute. There is a way. I will do it. Otherwise, you'll break the
I want to
spreadsheet.
sort it so the super chats are at the top.
I can
it
do
makes
it.
it easier.
I can do
to,
it. Just
yeah.
leave it to me.
All right.
I will do it.
Do it. Go ahead.
I
Oh, you're
will do-
filtering. Clever
Yes.
stuff. We're using Google Sheets to do this.
Yes.
So that's much easier. Then we can see the super chats.
Oh, hang on, but there is a problem here because of the broken thing. Hang on a minute. I'm on it.
Oh,
I'm on
okay. No worries.
Just on it. You know, I'm good at this. So when it comes to spreadsheets, I'm
Yeah.
expert.
We're getting there.
There you go. Done.
Oh, brilliant. And then afterwards we can filter out the
Unfilter.
super chats and just do the...
Yes.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I love Google Sheets for that. Right. Okay, let's start recording and we'll go back and forth. We'll start with you today and then we'll just go back and forth and do the super chats first of all. So here we go. Just going to hit the record button here and make sure it's picking up. Yeah, it's picking up signal. So Izabela, starting with you.
All right. So here is one for Louis Riviera. Listen all you want because we will keep playing more. Classic Hits 109.
The Ben Wood Breakfast Show on Swan Radio. Oh, sorry. The Ben Wood Breakfast Show on Swan Radio.
Okay. Synergy. Is that how am I supposed to read it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The Synergy Center. Synergy. Aligning body and mind through science and spirit. Creating clarity, building confidence, and fostering connections. So you feel alive, inspired, and aligned to live your best life.
Close your eyes and picture a perfect Saturday from the 90s. Live and kicking on the TV, a panda pop in the park, and a trip to Woolies to pick up the next song on cassette. Don't forget the pick and mix.
And Maka Dixon. Brand new music waits for no man. More of it is on the way next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside in the town you love, you're listening to Tweeside Podcast.
DJ GT.
The Kevin Willett Show, making the cyberspace feel more like party space.
They are back. Real black country pork scratchings straight from the UK. Only 70 baht. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I will do it again. They are back. Real black country pork scratchings. Straight from the UK. Only 70 baht. Ask at the bar.
This is Top 5, Hunter.fm. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Get now Hunter.fm's app to vote in your favorites. Hunter.fm/app.
DJ Undercover. Live at the CR4 Lounge. 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. on a Sunday. 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. on a Sunday. See you in... Oh, sorry. Shall I do it again?
Yeah.
Sorry. Mike is like, oh.
Makes my work harder.
Sorry. DJ Undercover. Live at the CR4 Lounge. 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. on a Sunday. See you in the CR4 Lounge.
Feel Good Fridays with Paul Britton in the mix.
Crunchy FM. You will never know what we will play next.
This is Hunter.fm, hit music station.
Divergent Media, Divergent Media, creating moving pictures that move you.
Okay, fantastic. We're all done there. So let me just stop that recording. I'm going to go ahead and save these super chats while you tell us something interesting, Izabela, and then we'll come back and record the free scripts. And you can filter to show only the free scripts in that Google Sheet as well.
So can I filter it out now?
You may, yes.
Right.
You may filter
so
over.
I'll put the other ones
different.
now. All right, that's good.
Excellent.
Yes. Rusty Toon says, I love that even the professional have to record it more than once. You bet. And actually, I will tell you something. Actually, when we have recording sessions with our voice artists, some voice artists will take 5-7 takes of the script just to warm up, and then they will go into the actual recording, which is actually how you should do it, because it's all about kind of getting good feel for the script and knowing how to, kind of spread the script over the whole recording, if that makes sense.
All right, we're ready to crack on with the free jingles now in a voiceover session. So let's start, and I'll start with DJ Nariem TV.
Yeah.
Afrobeats Global Seattle Mix Series.
And Vincent Martin. Jamming in the musical vault with Uncle Vince on the Triple M show.
The Saturday Night Party with Mike.
No, that's you. That was supposed to be you.
The Saturday Night Party with
Simon Vegas. You're listening to Simon Vegas Trance Music Live.
Very cool. No need to announce the username.
Okay.
You're listening to DJ Davey J.
Jamming the greatest oldies in the universe with Uncle Vince on the Triple M show. You got to.
Yes. This is a bit like badminton, trying to get a rally here. Let's try and get a rally, okay, and see how far we can go before someone messes up a script, okay?
Okay, go.
Starting now.
No pressure.
You are listening FM 96.6, the voice of education.
I will read it again, but properly. You're listening to...
You lost the rally.
Oh, no!
Just go on to the next one. Let's start the rally with you, Izabela.
Okay. Dance Chart with Alex Trimboli and AJ from Studio 5, Power FM.
Are we on air? The wild is unstoppable. The fire untouchable. It's Wildfire DJ on your radio.
Online and on your smart speaker. This is Oxygen Radio News.
I can hear you really trying.
Yeah.
More gospel and inspiration coming your way. You are listening to Fresh Bread with Pastor Jones.
Hey you. Yeah, you. Stay tuned. Hixie will be back in just a moment, so don't go anywhere.
I can hear you're reading the script ahead of time. This is brilliant. This is what you do. You've got to kind of sight read just slightly ahead of where you're reading stuff. You are listening Radio Top Town 107.
Ultimate
you lose the rally. How many was that? Wasn't
that was good.
Too bad. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Isabella's
6.
here,
We've got a
right.
rally of 6. Okay, start the rally again.
Okay. Ultimate Campus Radio, keeping your parents disappointed since 1978.
We're taking you back to the good times, playing all your favorite hits. Here's another unforgettable song from...
This is Jonathan Sawyer on AY... Oh, Izabela. This is Jonathan Sawyer on A1 Radio. Online, anytime.
Okay, let's speed it up now. This is DJ Allure, Presidential Palace to the World.
All the golden oldies from Radio Shamrock.
Dobby is a free scout.
Nandish, live from the Kraby. I hope this is okay. Go on.
Electro Nation Podcast, music beyond genres, non-stop in the mix with MK Owen. Follow MK Owen on social media.
You will have to do it again. It's Electronation and Broadcast.
Oh, okay. Electro Nation Broadcast, music.
No.
That's a weird thing to write. Broadcast, I would say. Okay. Electro Nation Broadcast, music beyond genres, non-stop in the mix with MK. This is just an awfully written script. Sorry, please put punctuation in when you write a script.
It is.
Electro Nation Broadcast, music beyond genres, non-stop in the mix with MK Owen. Follow MK Owen on social media.
Yes. Feel Good Fridays with Paul Britton in the mix.
911. We'll be right back.
Gosh, I wouldn't want to hear that.
Oh, and this one's for me. This is Night Hits.
Thanks for joining us on Live After Sight Loss Radio. Make sure to subscribe and remember, sight loss isn't the end, it's just the beginning.
Breakfast with Andy Curtis.
DJ Allure, Presidential Palace to the World.
Challenge Leon, thank you.
Get the best songs stuck inside your head with Ross Radio.
Inspiration Fridays with Va Gotwu.
All 80s, all the time. Pop in the 80s.
This is Praise FM, gospel with the soul in mind.
Sunday Fun Day with Paul Kalinda.
Radio South Sea, oldies.
Saturday Morning Tunes on Alive 90. Saturday Morning Tunes on Alive 90.5.
Wow, I think you need a little break there. All right, Izabela, it's over to you while I get those saved and start editing up some of the super chats, and then we'll get into more audio production in just a moment.
Yes, no, this is always such a fun to actually record all the scripts, and yes, it's actually genuinely. I mean, obviously, I know sometimes you might be in a rush, thinking I've got a minute left to post my script, but do make sure to think those through ahead of the time. We're here every week, which means you've got plenty of time to prepare yourself ahead of the game, and maybe get those scripts nicely written, and check how you would like to have them done. But it helps to have a well punctuated script for sure.
Otherwise, the voice artist just keeps going on and on and on without taking a break, which is quite funny.
I know. Exactly. So, yes. So next week, obviously, we will be back here again recording those. So Mike is at the moment preparing all of those scripts we've just recorded, and we will go into the production next. So you can get a little glimpse as to how to do audio production, and hopefully we'll pick up some nice tips from Mike as well. We will be back here again. So if you haven't managed to get your script in, don't worry. We will be back here again next week. And then, so next opportunity to do the same thing.
Continually, until infinity.
Yes. Until infinity.
Yes.
And beyond.
That's it, indeed.
Everyone loves Buzz Lightyear, right? GT. And then so next week we are back sort of as normal, but the week after that it will be just Mike. So it will be just you, hopefully not hungry anymore.
No, that's it. I'll be fully restored and ready to do your jingles. It'll be myself, but also Dominic will be here as well, doing a wonderful job on collecting your scripts together.
That's correct.
Getting them ready for production.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm about ready with this. There are a lot of them this week, so we're going to...
it's mrc.fm/FJF. This is where all the recordings we've just done will be loaded, and we're going to be producing even all the super chats.
All right, I'm going to take you into Adobe Audition now, and I'm going to show you something really cool. So I want to use lots of risers, which, by the way, if you want sound effects like this, Izabela, you can get them from...
from mrc.fm/SFX.
That was quite nicely done.
Our own libraries.
Yes, that's it.
You can get access to.
Effects like the ones you just heard, mrc.fm/SFX. Now, this is a little trick if you don't already know it. Adobe Audition by default, the first time you drag a bunch of waveforms in, it'll ask you, how do you want to place them in the track? Do you want to place them on separate tracks or all on the same track? Now, I made a preference a long time ago that I want them all on separate tracks, but now it'd be really handy to put them all on the same track so I can put them all on the SFX track. So if you've already set your preference, you can either change it in the preferences menu, but you can change it on the fly by hitting Alt on a PC or Option on a Mac. And look at this, it's just like Tetris, like changing the shape of the...
that's so cool.
Yeah, so I'm going to push down Alt or Option, and I'm going to drop all these risers into SFX1, and there they all are ready to be used.
I did have that problem actually before, so this is handy to know. So did you say it was just Alt?
Yeah, just Alt or Option on a Mac keyboard, and look at this. I've just put them all on the same track, which is really cool. Then I can go back and I can go to my sound effects and I can pick up other stuff. Let's look what's in whistle, really what's in electric. Need a directory with lots of different things. Glitch. Okay, glitch will be good. So let's go in and let's start producing here. Okay, so that's a good glitch here. So we've got this. Let's hop in and start playing back some audio here. So we've got here and make sure it's picking up. Yeah, it's picking up signal. That's so Izabela, starting with you. That's not a jingle, is it?
That's definitely not a jingle.
That's not a jingle. So we're starting with Izabela here. Okay, cool. So we'll get a couple of sound effects in here, so they're nicely placed.
Oh, right. So here is...
So let's go in, and I'm editing on the fly. So let's get in here and move this in. So we've got this.
Listen all you want.
Let's get you on another track.
Listen all you want, because we...
And let's cut, and put this here.
Want, because we will keep playing more.
Move that to the appropriate place.
Classic hits.
And then move that down here.
Classic hits. Classic hits 109.
Now, if that doesn't quite sync up, what you can do is you can make a cut in the middle of that riser. You can move this out so it works.
109.
109, and then we can just move this and crossfade here. So you get a perfect extension.
Keep playing more. Classic hits 109.
109, and I was just thinking with that little stutter at the end, we can afford to be a little bit creative here, and let's see if it works. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm just kind of grabbing like random bits from the last bit of what you said, Izabela, and syncing them with that little stutter at the end of the riser. And we're going to listen and find out just how it sounds. Okay, I'll do that. This is going here, and then this is going here. That's funny. It's weird, isn't it? Let's try moving it to a better track. There. So something like that. So just a bit computery gibberish.
Because we will keep playing more. Classic hits 109.
Oh, it's got echo on it. Perfect.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm liking that. That's a take. Right, on to the next thing. Let's pull this down here and have a play.
Yeah. And I can see there was a super chat just came in from ID Designs. Thank you so much for sending that through. We have finished recording now. Our cut-off time is usually at half past the hour, but we will pop that
for next week.
For the next week, so don't worry.
The Ben Wood Breakfast Show on Swan Radio. On Swan Radio, isn't it? Whoops. But no worries, I did 2 takes, so I can afford to do something else creative here. And when you've got 2 takes of the same sentence, you can actually double track them up and try and make them sound good. Let's just see how this sounds. The Ben Wood Breakfast Show. Now, I'm not in sync there, so I'm going to sync myself up. sometimes you need to do a bit of cheeky chopping here to make this
Cheeky
sync
chopping,
up.
seriously?
Yeah, that's it, cheeky chopping. So I'm chopping here and I'm time stretching as well, using time stretch. And then this is going to pull out here. So we got this.
The Ben Wood Breakfast Show.
Thank you, Michael, for a super chat. You are really, truly...
What I'm doing now is I'm moving the pan lines hard right and hard left, so you get a real cool effect.
The Ben Wood Breakfast Show.
Isn't that a cool effect? Did you hear that in stereo in your headphones?
Yes, I did.
The Ben Wood Breakfast Show.
That sounds really cool. I like that.
The Ben Wood Breakfast Show on Swan Radio.
A bit of distortion going on there using my presets. Really good fun. Right, let's get into the next one. Here we are. And let's move this over here and this over here. And we'll get this in. Okay. So we've got a long rumbly riser for this one. Let's pull that in and play.
Synergy. Aligning body and mind.
Okay. Let's do something interesting with this. So we'll go here and we'll like time stretch that out a bit.
Synergy. Synergy. Synergy.
Better if I put it in a flanger track.
Synergy. Aligning body and mind. It doesn't sound good, Mike.
Why not?
Well, because you've slowed down the synergy.
I was supposed to sound kind of hypnotic. You didn't like that? Okay, I'll make it faster then.
Synergy.
There we go.
Aligning body and mind.
Let's speed you up because you're sounding a bit slow here.
Aligning body and mind.
And then over here.
Mind. Through science and mind. Through science. Mind. Through science. Mind. Through science and creating spirit. Creating clarity. Building confidence.
Okay, we're going to do some panning here. Creating clarity, building confidence. This is what we call the washing list in the industry of different things.
And spirit and aligned to live your best life. Can I just say something?
Yep.
That riser is ear piercing. It's really ear piercing. Can you change it to something different?
That's the longest sound effect I've got that fits with that script, unfortunately. Yeah. I'm still using sound effects 1, but maybe next week I will switch over and use some different sound effects.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Close your eyes and picture a perfect Saturday from the 90s.
Let's do from the 90s.
From the 90s. Live and kicking on.
So I will let you off, Mike. You are close to nearly not hitting for 60 hours. So I think that you deserve a bit of a slack today.
That's kind of you.
Live and kicking. The 90s. Live. The 90s. Live and kicking on the TV.
Well, we need to get rid of that breath.
TV. Panda pop in the park and a trip. The park and a trip to Woolies to pick up the next song on cassette.
Need to extend this out like that.
Pop in the park and a trip to Woolies. Pop in the park.
There's a little breath in there.
Pop in the
Did you breathe, Mike? Seriously?
Yes. Try not to.
Park and a trip to Woolies to pick up the next song on cassette. Don't forget the pick and mix.
Okay, and that was a little echo at the end.
I bet that good voiceover artists would make very good divers.
Yeah, there
They don't
you
breathe
go.
for a long time.
Don't forget the pick and mix.
Okay, that's good. And then moving along to this one here, which is ready to produce. Let's bring in a powerful start here. Okay, let's get this in. This has got a lovely, powerful sort of explosion sound coming in.
Brand new music waits for no man.
I'm determined to use...
More of it is on the way next.
Oh, that could work really well. Listen to that.
More of it is on the way next.
Oh, I really like that with a nice dry end. I'm kind of, rather than using reverb, I'm kind of up for dry endings there.
More of it is on the way.
There is an effect I'm determined to use on your voice, and I'm going to do it at some point.
Man, more of it.
Tighten that up a bit more. Whoops, not like that. Marquee select. See what we got now.
Waits for no man. More of it is on the way. Next.
Okay, that's
Nice.
that. And then thank you. And then we'll move back to, this is one that I'm voicing here. So let's bring in this BP riser, and there we go. Okay.
And
Broadcasting from the riverside in the town. Broadcasting from the riverside in the town you love. You're listening to
Okay, your listening requires a little bit of attention here. Pull that down here. Let's pop it on here and make this sound funny.
You Love. You're listening to town you love. You're listening.
And sometimes you can do like a little impact here. So I'm going to pull in the impact again and pop that in on a second track, see if it works.
Town you love. You're listening.
You might need to zoom in a bit more to tighten that up.
In the town you love. You're listening. In the town you love. You're listening.
So putting in this the effect again.
Broadcasting from the riverside in the town you love. You're listening. Type to Tweeside Podcast.
Tighten that up at the end.
Tweeside Podcast.
Okay, that's good. Ton of scripts, so we might have to stay on a little bit longer to get these done.
that's all right. We're happy to, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Good question from Ben Wood. DJ. Read it super quickly.
Yes.
Ben is asking where he can purchase the template that you are using right now. So what Mike is using to produce those jingles super quickly at the moment is
DJ
the preset
GT.
that is actually available for you to purchase. So if you would like to head over to mrc.fm/presets.
Can you put a link in?
I have
to the
already,
chat?
yes.
Yeah? Brilliant.
And it is
DJ GT.
the Adobe Audition Presets 2.0. That's the presets that Mike is using here right now.
Yes, that's it. And it really does speed up your workflow so much.
Yeah.
DJ GT.
I couldn't produce this fast without them.
DJ GT.
Let's just pull that down in the mix.
DJ GT.
Oh, and thank you to Michael. He says, Happy Women's Day. Thank you. Yes.
Yes, it is International Women's Day. There you go, Isabella. Give us your best smile for International Women's Day. There you go. Fantastic. Love it. Love it. All right, we're going through these. There's some really good scripts coming today. Actually, I'm really excited about producing these.
The Kevin Willett Show. Making
all the ladies watching us today. Do we have any ladies watching?
Indeed.
Just say hello in the chat.
Absolutely. Please do. Right.
Willett Show. Making the cyberspace feel more like party space.
And then party space has to have a certain
Vincent says that the force is with you, Mike.
The force is with me. Yeah, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Today I can definitely feel it. Maybe it is the part of the fasting. Now I'm into ketosis. Maybe I'm like, bing.
Yeah,
You know,
it's like,
because-
get this now.
Yeah, well,
Space.
you know what they say. It's like, back in the very, very olden days when we all lived in caves, we didn't eat 3 meals a day, did we? We didn't, run around. We ran around with clubs and leaves over our private parts, and we ate when we caught an animal, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Although you could argue that we've progressed since then. It's been a while since we've sat in caves, haven't we?
Beyond the scope of this stream, though.
Yeah.
So let's listen to what this is.
They are back.
Oh, this was the one.
They are.
There we go. That's the take. Let's bring that in.
They are.
All right, we need a bit more power.
They are back.
Okay, I'm going to do something funny here. Let's do this.
Back.
Yeah.
They are back. Real black country pork scratchings.
I really wanted to do something like that. And
Can
I'm
you
gonna
play it
speed
again?
you
Sorry,
up.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. Don't worry about it.
They are back. Real black country pork scratchings. Back.
They are back.
Real black country pork scratchings.
And then with this in here.
Straight from the UK.
That's it. Straight from the UK. Hang on.
They are back. Real black country pork.
It sounds really good, actually. It really attracts your attention because it sounds like when I heard the word baht, that's the currency of Thailand, unless I'm mistaken. So it sounds like it's going to be played in some really cool place in Thailand, potentially. So you want to kind of drag the attention in, right?
That's it. Real black country pork scratchings, straight from the UK. Only 70 baht. Only 70 baht. Ask at the bar.
And then we'll do ask at the bar. We'll make that like this.
Ask at the bar.
No, not clean. Hang on. Wait, bring it up.
Ask at the bar.
There we go. All right, cool. We got that. That's a good one. And we're moving on to this one over here. Yeah, we're just going to go a little bit over the hour, but not to fear. Let's just have a little... I love that. Sometimes it's just nice to break things up with a little musical interlude, isn't it? Plus, I'm digging our new Music Radio Creative theme tune, which is just sounding absolutely fantastic, so I want to play it a little bit.
Nice.
There we go.
This is Top 5, Hunter.fm. Number 1. Number 2.
Okay, so we need some kind of like... whoa, what did I do with that? There we go.
.fm. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. .fm. Number 1.
And then get these onto the echo track. There we go.
Hunter.fm. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Get 5. Get now. Hunter.fm.
And then
5. Get now. 5. Get now. Hunter.fm's app to vote in your favorites.
and then a final echo at the end, I think, here is required.
In your favorites, hunter.fm/app.
Oh, we'll do it like that. That sounds good. There we go. Fade out at the end. Okay. How are we doing? Got a long one coming up here, so we might need to use that long riser over there for this one. Although I think the take actually starts here.
DJ Undercover.
Was it that the right take? Let's check.
DJ and
Cool. Once you edit for a while, you kind of get used to seeing remembering where the right take is and where the right thing is.
Yeah. It's
cool.
funny because the visual editing is so important. Actually, I would say probably more important than anything else because you can see.
Yes.
You can see when people will fumble after a while.
Absolutely, it's amazing.
Yeah. DJ Undercover live.
I'm gonna time stretch you again because I'm feeling in that mood today. So you see, you every Free Jingle Friday is different because you get differently produced jingles depending on how I'm feeling that day. And,
DJ Undercover live at the CR4 Lounge, 7 p.m.
That's awesome. I'm going to keep that. I'm not going to listen to you if you tell me to take it out.
4 Lounge, 7 p.m. till... Can you play it again?
No, not yet. Hang on. Wait.
4 Lounge, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. on a Sunday.
Hang on. We need to speed that up because you kind of say it rather slowly. Let's speed it up a bit.
Lounge, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. on a Sunday.
And then we need a whack.
Whack. Day.
No, not tight enough.
Day. Day.
And then we're going to bring this in towards the end.
Day. See you in the CR4 Lounge. See you in the CR4 Lounge.
And then a final little bang at the end here.
Lounge.
Pull that in. Fade that out.
Lounge.
Okay, so it sounds like this in total.
DJ Undercover live at the CR4 Lounge, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. on a Sunday. See you in the CR4 Lounge.
Actually, I'm going to pan that live from left to right, so it sounds really weird. And this will sound great if it's being played on a big speaker system. So let's do that there, and this here, and then this here. So it goes kind of
live at the CR4 Lounge.
Left to right there. No, actually right to left. That's where it's going, right to left. All right, what have we got here? What's this going to be? What's this going to sound like?
Feel Good Fridays with Paul Britton. Feel Good Fridays.
Zoom in and match this up.
Feel Good Fridays. Feel Good Fridays. Feel Good Fridays with Paul Britton in the mix.
Paul Britton in the mix. Actually, Paul, I'm going to do something funny again here.
Feel Good Fridays with Paul Britton. Paul Britton in the mix.
No, I don't like that.
With Paul Britton. With Paul Britton.
No.
With Paul Britton.
And then we're going to chop that and move that in a bit, like this.
With Paul Britton in the mix.
Okay, that's good. I'm happy with that now. Chop, and how many we got left? We've got 3 left to produce. So not many. That's not long.
That's not long.
Anything else to say, Izabela, while I just drag in a few more effects here?
Yes, just a couple of comments to sort of clarify on, you know, how the process works. DJ GT says, I haven't found my jingles yet. Well, they will be uploaded straight after we finish. So Mike is producing everything there first, and then he will save it all for you. So head over to mrc.fm/FJF. That's
also, where can you get sound effects like this? You should post the link in the chat in case anyone is a budding producer watching now and thinks, yeah, I need some sound effects to get started.
Yes. It's
Crunchy FM.
mrc.fm/SFX.
You will never.
Sorry, I always play audio when you're reading out the URL
Yes,
you can go
you
to.
do.
Go on.
Thank you. Yes.
Go on.
I've posted both on Facebook and on YouTube right now. So it's mrc.fm/SFX.
Okay, and that's where you can get SFX like this.
And
Crunchy FM.
You have to learn to speak in between the production points.
And
Yes.
a very quick also note. Johnny says that I dropped mine, but I haven't heard you voice it. We don't guarantee to voice everything. We do our best to voice as much as we can.
You will never know what we will play next.
Go again. Sorry, go again, because I overwrote you. We can't voice everything, but we do our best.
We do our best.
But come back every Friday at this time.
Yes.
And you never know.
That's it.
Right, let's move this over here. Produce this up.
And you need to make sure to post your scripts before
This
half
is
past.
Before past, yeah.
Yeah.
past the hour.
Yeah.
Wherever you're watching, it's always past. You've got to get the scripts in by.
Half past.
This is Hunter.fm, hit music station.
Cool. And then finally, we're ending up over here.
Sorry.
Divergent Media.
Divergent Media. This is for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to save and mix down. And
Divergent Media.
let's cut here and bring this up over here.
Creating moving pictures. Creating moving pictures that move you.
Let's actually move this up to here. And then there.
Moving pictures that move you. Moving pictures that move you.
Speed that up a bit. Maybe put some echo on.
Moving pictures that move you.
And then double it.
Moving pictures that move you.
And there you go. That's my session all done. I'm going to mix that down to a brand new file. I'm going to save that all out. And that's good. It's
That's
done.
a wrap.
It's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Anything else to say, Izabela, at this stage?
We will be back here next week. I mean, yeah, fantastic job, Mike. Taking into account you haven't eaten for nearly 60 hours now. I think that's rather fabulous effort.
Is it time to start the outro theme then?
I think it is.
Okay, let's do it.
I think it is. Thanks, everyone.
Go on, Izabela. You rock this outro. Go on.
I will rock this. Okay, so thank you everyone for tuning in. You are absolutely the best. Without you, this would not be such a good show as it is. So thank you for stopping by, saying hello, posting your scripts.
Talking to your mic.
I hate
That's
this.
better.
You know that. It
Now
keeps
I can ride the
dropping-
music bed.
It drops the mic.
This is the worst outro in the history of any kind of radio.
Thanks. Thank you. So thank you very much, and hope to see you here next week.
That's better. Now that's better.
Yes.
Keep going.
Come back next week and
You got 30 seconds left.
seriously, how can I do this without knowing how much have I got on the timer? It's like
You got
I'm
to
just
feel the
guessing.
music. The force
I'm
is with
feeling
you,
the
Izabela.
music. The force is with me. So
There you go. You can
Thank
feel it. It's
you.
building up now, isn't it?
Send good
Say your
energy
last
to Mike,
words.
please. He needs your support
you.
to last through his fast. So that's what I say.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Bye.
Bye.